Level 1, $50. You're standing at a bus stop, waiting for a bus that's already late. Rain falls harder than it needs to. The kind of rain that somehow always finds its way through your clothes. A car drives by, then another, then a third. This one speeds up just enough to send a wave of water straight at you. The driver never looks back. Why would he? To him, you're just part of the weather. A few hours later, you finally get home. The first thing you do isn't take off your shoes, it isn't make food, it isn't relax. You check your bank account. You have $50. Not after rent, not after groceries, $50 total. That's your entire net worth. The next morning, you're back at work. Someone asks for ideas. So you give one. Nobody reacts. Not because it's bad, not because it's good. It simply lands and disappears. 30 seconds later, someone else says the exact same thing. Suddenly, people are nodding, writing notes, talking about how smart it is. Same idea, different person. Poverty doesn't always make life harder. Sometimes, it just makes you invisible. Level 2, $2,500. Things are different now. Not dramatically different, just quieter. You don't check your bank account every hour anymore. Grocery shopping feels strange now. You grab what you want, then realize you never looked at the price. For a second, you stop, because a few months ago, you would have put half of it back. Later that day, you get home. You open your fridge, and for the first time in a long time, it's full. Not expensive food, not luxury food, just enough food that you stop thinking about food. The next morning, you're back at work. Another meeting, another discussion, another chance to speak. So you give an idea. Silence. Again. 30 seconds later, somebody else says almost the exact same thing. Suddenly, people like it. Again. Funny. Your bank account changed, but somehow your voice didn't. At this level, life gets easier. People don't. Level 3, $50,000. Things start feeling different now. Not because you changed. You still wake up the same way, still drink the same coffee, still make the same stupid jokes, still have the same face. But somehow, people start looking at you differently. You moved into a better apartment, better furniture, better clothes. Nothing crazy, just enough that people stop assuming things about you. Later that day, you stop to get coffee. Same city, same type of place, same bored expression. But something feels different. The barista smiles, asks how your day is going, calls you sir, smiles again. Funny. Last year, eye contact would have been enough. The next morning, you're back at work. Another meeting, another discussion, another chance to speak. Someone asks for ideas, so you give one. Silence. For a second. Then someone nods. Someone writes something down. Someone says, "That's actually smart." You just sit there because you remember saying almost the same thing before. And back then, nobody even looked up. Later that day, your phone vibrates. Someone you haven't talked to in months. "Hey man, how've you been?" Then another message. "We should hang out sometime." Funny. You remember when you were the one sending messages first. Nobody saw your bank account, nobody checked your net worth, nobody asked how much money you had. They saw the clothes, the apartment, the confidence, the signals. At this level, people don't see money. They see what money looks like. Level 4, $500,000. Things start getting weird now. Not obvious weird. The kind of weird you only notice because you remember how things used to be. You're walking into a restaurant. A few years ago, you would have stood there waiting, looking around, hoping someone noticed you. But now, the hostess smiles immediately. "Right this way, sir." Sir. Again. Funny. Nobody used that word when you had $50. A few days later, you're shopping. Just looking around, nothing special. "Can I help you with anything, sir?" You say, "No, I'm just looking." But they don't leave. They walk with you, smiling, waiting. Strange, because you remember when employees used to walk around you, not with you. Later that week, you're sitting with people. Same conversations, same personality, same stupid jokes. You say something completely average, really average. People laugh. Hard. You sit there for a second. Because you remember saying better jokes before and hearing absolutely nothing. Your phone starts vibrating more now. More messages, more invitations, more people asking if you're free. Funny, people suddenly become available when they think you are valuable. Later that night, you're driving home, looking out the window, thinking about something strange. Nobody asked how much money you had. They just looked at you and made a decision. At this level, respect starts looking a lot like attention. Level 5, $10 million. Things don't feel different anymore. They feel scripted, like everyone got the same instructions, except you never got to read them. You're walking into a restaurant, no reservation. The place is full. People are waiting outside. People inside are waiting too. A few years ago, you would have stood there quietly, looking around, waiting for someone to notice you. But now, the manager walks over himself, smiles, shakes your hand. "We'll find something for you, sir." 5 minutes later, somehow, they find something. Funny, tables used to be full. A few days later, you're walking into a building. Someone opens the door, then holds it, smiles at you, waits. You stop for a second, because you remember catching that same door before it hit you in the face. Same door, different life. Later that week, you're sitting with people, talking, laughing, saying the same random things you've always said. You make a joke. Not a good one. Honestly, probably one of your worst. Everyone laughs. Immediately. You just sit there, looking around the room, because suddenly you remember something. You used to think people liked you more now, but that's not what changed. They just started treating you like you mattered. Later that night, you're driving home, huge house, nice cars, security at the gate. Everything you thought would have changed your life. But you're thinking about the bus stop, the rain, the puddle, the meeting, the messages that never got answered. Same face, same voice, same person. 5 different bank accounts. 5 completely different versions of reality.